right? They're not shot the same way. If you do a horror, it has a particular frame composition and movement, doesn't it? Right? For anything to scare you, it has to what? Surprise you.
Yes.
The only way it's going to surprise you is if you're not in a wide shot. Right? So when you see a horror film, it's going to be OTS, over the shoulder. It's going to be close-ups. It's going to be extreme close-ups. Right? It's going to be handheld to make you think that somebody is there. It's going to be POV. It's going to be low angle, foot angle. And if it's not a horror. So when Alan was surprised when I said to him that, Midnight, get on the floor, because I'm not doing it, and shoot up. He's like, right? And then when he saw what was happening, that the guys were beating. Now, unfortunately, what happened is that when Nigel and Helen was beating Midnight, they weren't beating the camera. Camera's here, and they were like this. So all the camera got was like a trace of the bat, right? What I wanted was this.
You don't want to wreck your camera.
I'm not wrecking my camera. I'm doing this. I'm hitting towards the camera, right? You had the glass on whatever, you know what I mean? But you were hitting his body, and you weren't hitting the camera. For the shot, that particular shot, and you knew and you heard, for that shot, it's the camera that needs to see you. It needs to see your madness. It needs to see the bat. And it doesn't. So I could only, grab a little taste of it. But thankfully, take one, when Nigel pulls the body out, where's Midnight shooting the ceiling going, right? So I was able to see that right away. And I said, no, Midnight, you have to point it right at him. So then he points it at Nigel, and we get that great shot that you see. That wasn't in the storyboard. That wasn't in the plan. But because I knew this was a dark horror type of piece, I wanted to make sure that we got it. So that way you could see it. Right? OTS, over the shoulder, close-up, extreme close-up. What Sean should have been shooting out there, I saw a little bit from a distance. And I don't need to be right up on top of things to see it, by the way. Right? He shooting a girl that his voice is in her head. Just like we did in your film Sideshow. You want to see the extreme close-up of the madness in her eyes. Yeah. If you don't, it's not a horror. Right? You want to see that she is afraid. You want to see that she is scared. You're not going to see that in the long shot. But you can have long shots in her. So let's throw it on there. Right? Because they do it in The Shining. Stanley Kubrick. Long shot, the big wheel riding down long hallways. Yeah? So in that aspect is when we know that we're trying to do a horror, we want to make sure that we have these shots somehow represented in the film. Or we're not making a horror. So when we're doing a comedy is freaking hard. Right? Because you could have somebody like Jamie who's not funny.
Oh, for God's sake.
True. So, you need close-ups, right? You need mid-shots. You need wide shots. You need reaction shots.
Is there anything to do in horror movies that they don't do in anything else?
Is there anything they do in horror movies that they don't do?
Specifically for horror films that you don't get in anything else?
That's not the way of looking at it. You have to look at it as what makes it a horror film, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Like, I could say that you don't see a lot of handheld shots in films that are not horror because that's considered bad filmmaking, right? So when it's handheld, we get the stalker and we get the heavy breathing and we get the fact that somebody's there that shouldn't be there. when it's a handheld shot. And that's generally saved for horror films. When we get POVs, the same thing. Norman Bates looking through the peephole, right? You generally don't get that in a comedy. Oh, yeah.
No, you don't want to
You just watched that the other day, didn't you?
No? Why would
Oh,
you?
it was on.
No, I didn't watch that.
It was the old black and white one. By the way.
Yeah, I know it's classic. But what I'm just trying to say is that it generally, it just generally safe for horror in that aspect because it's supposed to creep the audience out. Remember, the camera representing the audience's point of view is giving us that sense of somebody's there, and I'm scared about it. They're doing it in a suspenseful way, they're doing it in a gore porn way, or they're doing it in a blood-soaked way. Either way is that they are trying to creep us out, and they're going small. But comedy goes large. So what you want to do is you want to see the Max Sennett hitting the pie in the face. You want to see the pratfall of Chevy Chase falling down the stairs. You don't want to see a close-up of Chevy Chase falling down the stairs. You go to a close-up of Chevy Chase falling down the stairs, all you're worried about is him breaking his neck because it starts to feel like a damn horror now. Right? But in the wide shot of, hey, and here's Chevy Chase, and boom, 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 you laugh. It's funny. Wide shots are key. Reaction shots are doubly key. Why? We need a reaction shot in a comedy. Why? There you go. I love this guy. We need to know I'm supposed to laugh at that. And when you get somebody go, whoop, right, you're going to laugh because he laughed. Right? So the reaction let me know that it's okay to laugh. Yeah? Wide shot, comedy, close up and mid shot is the person who's actually being funny. The person who's actually telling the jokes. Doing the hand gestures, doing the self-sensation, right? The whole drunken comedians of the 60s. Yeah? I know it's a comedy when I see stuff like this. So when those kind of close-up wise reaction shots end up in a horror film, then we get confused. Unfortunately, it happens, but we get confused. And then we can use the word dark comedy, right? Horror comedy and stuff. But if you don't want to be confused, you want to stick to suspense, right? Blood, horror, gore, right? You want to stick to just these shots. Anybody following me? Because like the whole point about it is that because most of you should be on to your second film now, right? And this is why you need to know these things. So, drama.
So a reaction, like in The Shining, where you got the wife screaming as Jack Nicholson's breaking down the door. That's not. Is that a reaction shot or is that something else?
The wife screaming is the reaction shot, but they are both close-ups. For Here's Johnny, it's extreme close-up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, close-up, 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 close-up. Right. Now, when she's cradled in the corner of the door, don't kill me, and the axe comes through, right? It's a mid shot, but it's still a confined shot. So I mean, then now you're talking about getting specific when you're looking at it like that. So you ask yourself this question, right? So you got to be able to have your own sense of character here. So Shelley Duvall in the corner. Trapped in a bathroom. First of all, the bathroom is a confined space. So she's already in a small, tight space anyway. So just because, we get mid-shots of her just to show her, like, whole body convulsing. Remember, by this point, she was crazy. Director made her crazy. If anybody watches the documentary. You know what I mean? He's shooting like 100 takes and he's never satisfied. She's completely confused. What the hell am I doing here? And they're trapped in a freaking mountain hotel. They can't get out. Yeah? And he's like, get her, right? It's kind of like, dude, what happened to your partner or something? Right? You were really, really, really going at this woman. But anyway, that being said, they don't have like the snorkel lenses and, they're like in their little goby heads. So they'll probably have a cameraman who's handheld in that bathroom. Would you agree with me or not? You're like a behind the scenes, right? So, because there's no space for anything else. So, like in that aspect, that handheld camera is, whether it's a mid-shot close-up or a stream close-up, it's still handheld. And it's still horror.
I had that reaction in Halloween where Bloomer shoots him out the window at the end, and then he looks and Michael Myers' body's gone. And as it was written, Bloomer was supposed to go and go into like horror movie acting, but Donald Pleasant said, "I can do this as though he knew it was going to happen." So he plays it with like a half smile on his face, kind of. I knew that it adds a bit of mystery to what would have already,
I don't know if I didn't get that. I love that movie. I didn't get the fact that there was a half smile on his face. I got the fact that he did know in a sense where there is something strange about this boy.
He's been following him, so he knows.
For 15 years. There's something definitely strange about this boy. And I'm going to shoot him 6 times because I do not believe he's going to die. He's going to fall off of this balcony. I don't believe he's going to be dead. I'm going to go over there, and he's not going to be there. But actually, what Carpenter decided to do was, or his editor, right, what he decided to do was cut to the close-up of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. What's the boogeyman? I mean, as a matter of fact, that's the
Yeah.
line, isn't it?
It was the boogeyman. Matter of fact, it was. There's no half smile in that. There's a realization in the fact that I am dealing with something purely and utterly evil.
I would put a question mark there as well, because you know what I mean? Because it at the very last shot, so it leaves you thinking, well, maybe he did know something, but as you say, it's just a question mark because it's the end of the film. So
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, Halloween is fantastic. They never knew they were going to get a sequel, and I thought they did brilliantly with it. So, to the drama. So, basically, now the drama is, what's key about the drama is shots that connect. So, what we're talking about here now are 2 shots, close-ups, reactions, mid-shots, mid-shots, wides, long shots.
So when you write this, say you write your script to made into a movie, right? We do it here and then we do it on Thursday. It gets made into a movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or here.
So you have to put all these stuff in, like the mid shots. All this terminology has to go into it as well as the script. You've got to say, right, this is the story of the script, and this is how it's going to be played out on the next page, yeah?
Yeah. So, you're the director. You're not the writer, right?
Okay.
So, that's a very good question and a very good point. Reason why I'm explaining it to you in this way is because that is what you do. What is it called, people, when you do that? This. When you write this on the script, what is it called?
Overview or something?
No.
Shooting script.
Shooting script.
Shooting script. Shooting script. So you write your script, and then a shooting script.
No, you don't write your script. The writer writes the script.
Okay.
You can get it. Thanks, Helen. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
That's why it's a very good point, right? The writer writes the script. The producer buys the script. The director writes the shooting script. When I said to you on the first day that this would be about the directing process, and I said that it will be about, we're going to understand the writing process, this is why, right? You're supposed to get that script, right, handed to you, and you are supposed to visualize it. That's your job. That's why you hired. That's why we want you and not you. Right? And that's why you have to understand what your style and technique is. What am I going to bring to this script that's in my hands? And what I'm going to bring is, I'm going to turn this into a horror film, a comedy, or a drama. Right? Very basic idea choices that a director is going to make. Now, how do I do that? Well, when I look at that script, I'm going to decide that, okay, so woman is alone in her kitchen, right? And husband just died. How am I going to shoot that? I'm going to shoot it in a wide, in a close-up, over the shoulder, POV, right? Because when I make that decision, then I know what kind of movie I'm making. Anybody get me on this? So that means you choose to do that, she chooses to do this, and he chooses to do another thing. Yeah? So, like, with that being in mind, is the fact that you have to add all of these points to the script. Now, 2-shot close up. Let's see. Let's finish this off. 2-shot close ups, reactions, mid shots, wide, long. What I'm trying to say is, for something to be a drama, it has to have what? I said it could be a happy drama, a sad drama, right? And no, don't say period drama, right? Happy or sad, we're talking about emotion. It has to have what?
I'm sorry, I don't know what the 2-shot is.
Two people.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. 2 people in the shot. No, great. Please ask any question, because if you keep pretending like you know it, right? Yeah, thank you, Alan. So, it needs what for it to be a drama?
The hook. Something dramatic happened before you went.
Conflict.
Conflict.
Yeah.
So, how do we have conflict? Back and forth between what? What kind of, yeah, right. So, 2 people, right? Which means you need conflict and connection. Yeah? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It could be 3 people, it could be 5. Yeah? My point is, it has to be in connection with something for it to be a drama. For it to be a sad drama about my husband's death, yeah? It has to be a connection between 2 people. One person could sit there sad. Yeah? And true enough, that is true. We've all been there, right? But for it to be a drama, right, we need a sense of instability. Well, movement, no, because if you're just sitting down at a table, right, you don't need that. You need the connection of 2 forces coming together. Let's call them forces instead of people.
As a writer, classically, right,
Classic.
what would happen is it would start, it would lay the groundwork of the protagonist or whatever it was, and before we were on 1/5 into the film, something cataclysmic, life-altering, shattering would alter, and at that point, that's when it all begins, from there. So, it depends on how this thing happens, I mean, if his trousers catch fire or something, or whatever it is, we'll know it's a comedy type thing. But if someone shoots his wife or his best friend or whatever it is, whatever that event is, sets the tone for the film. From a writer's viewpoint.
Well, are we looking at the right viewpoint here?
Well, I'm trying to interpret, you see, because you're talking about, like, there's a script there, and you've got to visualize it, so...
Yes.
And you're asking, how does our visualization, represent, how can it be represented to the public? I'm just saying, that's where it would be at that point.
Okay, so here, let me help you out. I don't have it on me, right? Remember Gary's script? Remember Gary's script that we did at the group? The one about the card.
Oh, the thinking of you, remembering the
Yeah, right, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. This is what we're gonna do. Here's the next assignment. We have a script that was given to us by a writer. It's not, it was like what, like about a page?
Yeah.
Right.
1 minute.
1 minute, yeah? Called Thinking of You. Everybody write it down. Right? It's 2 people. a man and a woman sitting at a table. Right? Now, what happens is that like the talking